All right, some nights go total opposite of what you think. I generally don't do that good out in the fields here whenever it's bright out. I think we got about 70% illumination directly overhead. I didn't have plans to come here to the field, but I think about 9:15, I went to a hog hunting property. Now I did call for coyotes there. It's in the small pines, and it's a new piece of property. I get no cell reception there, so I'm working off of old trail cameras. I got to check the cards. So I went over there. I relied on a gentleman telling me what times they were coming on the camera. So it was my first time on that piece of property, but I was going to go over there and call a little bit for coyotes too, locate. So I sat in there from about 9 until about 1, probably about 1:30 in the morning. Just sat in a stand, man, and did a little bit of calling. Had some coyotes answer me, but man, nothing was moving. They kept howling from the same place just about every hour. So I came over here to the field, and man, I didn't expect much. I wanted to come out and get one kill tonight to get to 20th kill of 2025. I think it's February 10th. So I'm on a really good pace right now. It's kind of why I did the videoing that I did today. I seen probably 7 coyotes tonight. A lot of video I got. I had some chasing going on, and I kind of got greedy. Some nights I get greedy, and it cost me. But man, I still learned a lot. I have another one I hit up here, but I couldn't find it. It made it into the WMA. So here's how we did it. I got into the field, popped out on the field, and located from the vehicle one time. And man, I heard some howls over here out in the field. So I thought right off the bat, man, when I heard howl, I think it was Tony Tebby, Teen Lonely. Man, they answered me out in the field. I thought, man, it's going to be pretty good. So I grabbed all my stuff, head out to the field, and I look out along a wood line. They got a big field, and then there's a creek out in there. And I seen 2 chasing each other. So what I started to do is just get some footage. I wasn't going to take that far of a crack at them when they're like that. I like to try and get in close. Hard part's getting in close with this moon. Get in close and maybe take 2 of them. So I'm kind of waiting for that perfect opportunity. Look over to my left, and there's a coyote over here to my left in the woods. I tried to stop it. It stopped behind some, I stopped it at the wrong spot. Kind of screwed up, because what I was doing is I was watching it. I was watching the ones on the right. I was hoping they went off. They would chase away from me, then they would chase back. I was trying to get them to be away so that when I shot this one, I didn't spook these ones. I was going to take this one and go after that. And what happens is when I get greedy like that, it throws the whole thing out of whack. So I stopped this one. It didn't stop at the right spot. It came back. It winded me and went up the hill. The other 2 chased. They went out this way. So what I did is I made a loop, and I come along. And when I come up on top of this field here during mating season, that's when I see, there's certain times of the year, man, when I see the most coyotes. Obviously in September, October, when the young ones are out, I'll see a group together, a large group. But here on this field, man, I'll see one here. When I start to see one here, and I'm videoing another one, and then I see another one even farther down, 500-600 yards. I'll see them at different yardages. And I popped out around this, as I was coming around here to make a loop on those 2 that were chasing. One, I spooked one, and it ran into the WMA. But that happens sometimes during mating season. It's up here watching them down there chasing each other. I come around the corner, man, and I started the video. And there was 2 way down on the bottom, 2 chasing here. They're running after each other. I'm throwing out some calls. Everything tonight was Tony Tebby. It's the package. It's the mating season package. There is 50 Shades of whatever, 1-900 Coyote. There's Whiny Bitch. I'm throwing out that whole package. So if you look at that whole package on his website, I bought that whole package specifically for mating season. They're chasing each other. A lot of times what I do is I spook this one here, and I thought it was going to come back. So what I did is I made a loop. I made a loop down to the right. I didn't want to go straight through the field because of the moon. I looped the whole way down along the woods, down where they were chasing, looped down there, and I popped up over, and I threw out some I don't know, one of the Tony Tebby sounds. And I'll look for it here as I'm talking. And I got up on top of the hill and I threw it out. And all of a sudden, one came running up on me. And she come flying up through. Bitch in heat. I was playing 1-900 coyote, breeding coyotes. Whenever I get these things chasing each other, I'll throw out breeding coyote. They think they're over there now and they'll come running. So this coyote comes running up past me. Now I wasn't going to shoot again because I knew that there was at least 3 down on that bottom field, possibly 4. But this coyote ran up there so far and stopped that I seen there was nothing chasing. Bam, took the shot, spun around a little bit and dropped. Waited for those other ones, played a little bit more of those sounds, waited. Those 2 that were down to the right did not come back. So what it is, I walked up to the female, and I was sitting right at the female. And a lot of times, man, I'll just stand out in the middle of that field, right where I took the female like that, and it won't be long, man. They'll just come into this field. They'll almost come straight to that female. I'm down on the bottom there, and I look up on top here, and just perfectly coming down up here where I spooked that coyote earlier. This coyote is coming straight down to me. I mean, looking at certain points, and gave me one of those shots looking right at me. I put it right on there, hit the coyote. It did a little bit of movement, but then it ran off over toward this hill, and it made it into the WMA. So we didn't get that one. We're not going to count it. But breeding season gets a lot of activity. I probably could stay here, man, and call a little bit more, maybe get another shot. But dude, I had the flu this week. I'm struggling. I got tomorrow off. I got a live baseball game tomorrow. I got to do at 5:30. So I think I'm gonna definitely scan here as I was putting some things away. Maybe call just right here. I'm not gonna go chasing anymore. A lot of times, man, I'll see them chasing, and they won't come up to me, but they'll be chasing down there, and I got to go put a big old stalk on it. It'll be another hour before I take another shot. But I'll see if I can call one in here. If not, man, I'm happy with 20, February 10th. I got a ton of pigs coming to my spots right now. They're hot. Finishing up this breeding season into March, and we'll get that 100 for 2025.
With a piece in my hand and bloodshot eyes, I walked to the water for a last goodbye. He begged so much, it clouded my mind. One thing's clear, the man's gotta die. Might makes right, so he said, when he held all the keys over our head. I lived in that grip, but now he'll learn at the end with the tables turned. Lord, forgive me, take me